it's scary to know that eventually we're gonna go out into the world where there's so many huge problems and issues and complexities going on.
These are really exciting days, they're challenging days, but it's a great opportunity to ask ourselves, what is our faith really about? What are the resources within our faith to grapple with difficult questions, and then to be trained and equipped in the light of the gospel.
Something that really stood out to me about Westmont was that when I came onto the campus, I just knew that it was an environment where the people wanted to be here and the professors cared about not just getting an A, but me learning the things that I needed to know to go out into the world and to not just be successful, but to love the people around me well as a Christian.
A lot of the questions that I've been trying to answer is how I want to live in the world postgraduate, and like just kind of gain more of a grounding in a sense of who I am.
Students often come in with two big questions. Who am I? What am I created to do? And I tell students, I think that's actually an easy question to answer because we're created for God's pleasure, and our main job is to be reconciled with God and to be agents of reconciliation in the world.
Jesus tells the people that follow him, you're safe. You're safe eternally. You're safe with me. I will always love you. What can get any better than that, right? To have the King of the universe, the creator of everything, tell you as an individual, I care about you, and I always will. I'm always with you. That creates this environment where you have some freedom to take some risks.
I definitely have a sense that I'm part of this story of Jesus that is continuing, and that I'm part of his kingdom and have accepted a certain kind of responsibility, I think, to share him.
I want my students to know that there are good reasons for buying into this entire Jesus drama. That's what I call it sometimes in my courses. The idea that Jesus really did change the world and make possible things that weren't possible before because of the kingdom of God. And we need leaders to help be a part of that and tell others about it.
I think because Jesus came and he saved the world, and I am a follower of Jesus, I am called to participate in some way in also changing the world. And it can be on a small scale. It can be in your community, in your family, in your church. And I think that gives me a purpose going out into the world.
I see the mission of a Christian liberal arts college is to help students upgrade their prescription and to change their lenses so that they can both retain that conviction, that Christian conviction that they were raised with, the truth of the gospel, but be able to take in and take on board the complexity of the world.
Then the adventure becomes wow, I might plan my day, but God orchestrates it, and he's going to put opportunities in front of me. So instead of thinking about these as obligations, no, he's saying it's an opportunity.
I'm always ready for adventure. I think with each new chapter comes different community, different ways to give back, but we always have the same God who's loving on us and inspiring us every step of the way.
I often think about being in situations where we ask that simple phrase from the past, what would Jesus do? Well, it's still a very relevant question. What would Jesus do if given these circumstances? And I often think that one of the ways in which we test our own character or have our own character tested is, what was our response when we were under stress? How did we respond to other people? How did we respond to mistreatment? So when I think about Christ being preeminent in all things, it's learning to live with the life and spirit of Jesus no matter my circumstance.
Westmont was founded by faithful people who put their faith in the triune God. And they believed that the gospel could transform the world, beginning with individuals. And that's what this institution is about.
Above all things.
Through all things.
In all things.
Christ preeminent.